A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. Another edition of the Fix / AM and the PM crossover here only on A2D Radio. Every Wednesday night, we are brought to you by our doc. Make them yours. That's Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Jam-packed show for you. A lot of people on it. We might need Bob to do a new intro. It doesn't say these guys are the best in the business. You know what I mean? 2020, let's do it right. And Bob will take care of us when he gets back from Abu Dhabi or wherever he is. Right, Greg? So we'll pre-show talk. Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo, Ralph Delvecchio, Frank Vespi, Victoria Sobolewski. Did I get it, Tor?
Sobolewski. W silent.
That's we're not silent things. Greg Moakovic, I'm going to get his name wrong too.
Tough word for you.
Did I get it?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. We've done a lot of interviews over quarantine, and I had to have guys talk last names back to me because I was so nervous about, like, I'm interviewing a pro athlete. Do I butcher his last name? Because if I butcher his last name, he's like, this guy. It's like the person in school used to call me Aroni. Like, where do you get Aroni from? Like, yeah, that's me. And it's always like, suck it up. And I never was the guy who got upset about it, but, you know, that's how you lose an interview or people coming back on. So we want to make sure we nail that part of it. We got a lot to talk about. NFL Week 7 predictions. Eagles, buyers or sellers at the trade deadline. I think it's going to be a big conversation that goes on in this city leading right up until the deadline. I mean, you talk about a football team that's still in it somehow. It's amazing how bad this division is, but still in it. Yeah. And Thursday night can change that and put you in first place in this division, which is a joke, but still put you in first place. And does that change it and make you a semi-buyer? Howie Roseman freeing up some money, right? It's what he does. The only thing he does well, he freed up some money, and that smells like maybe something's coming. Or they're just lining pockets over there. Either way, we're going to find out by the deadline, so we'll talk about it. Buyers or sellers for the Eagles. Our main topic at hand, Eagles versus Giants preview. We're going to break it down for you. We'll talk a little bit about last week if people want to, but we're trying to look forward to maybe and hopefully a W coming here tomorrow night. And our poll question brought to you by Buck Services, 20% off. Tell them A2D sent you. AmBuckServices.com. The Philadelphia Eagles will win. The Philadelphia Eagles will beat the Giants on Thursday Night Football. You agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcast, we're there as well. Like, follow, subscribe, download. You know the deal. Let's talk about it. Now, you know, you talk about Lane possibly playing or leaning towards playing, and his quotes about he's tired of seeing his quarterback get hit. I love to hear that. You know what I mean? He's a great talker. Like, he's a great promo. He's a walking promo, and everything he says, we eat it up. Like, we soak it in. Like, Lane again. Because he's great. And he gets right into our heartstrings, and that's when it gets right in there. So hopefully he plays. Deshaun's supposed to play, and we know how that goes. So I mean, do we hang our hat on that? And then Alshon obviously not playing again, and now it's a different injury. This is just amazing. We'll talk about that later on. But there's some of the guys that could be back for you offensively, and this isn't a good Giants football team. Let's be real. We're not a good football team, but if you look at it, what's the difference maker? We have a better defense, supposedly. We have a better defense. Most of our pieces are healthy on defense. That's what's mind-boggling about this defense getting up 29 points a game. It's a flat-out disgrace that you have all your money on the defense side of the football, and you're giving up 29 points a game when we expected this to be a really good defense. So, you know, that's where it is right now, and they need to step up tomorrow night big time to help this offense out, period. I don't care if these guys are back or not, because there's still some major holes. So, you know, I look at it, what's the difference maker? Well, better defense, better quarterback, right? I mean, I think we can all agree on that. I mean, Daniel Jones hasn't proved anything in year 2 to be even in a conversation with Carson Wentz or even a franchise-type quarterback right now. I know his offense is bleak too, but still, okay? So Carson's carried this football team offensively. Now maybe some weapons back. We're going to have no Miles Sanders. Our backfield's atrocious. So I don't know offensively how we get it done, period. You know, it's smoke and mirrors offensively. It's Carson making plays. It's some guys stepping up. and hopefully we can get it done offensively. But defensively, we got to take the football away. We say it every week. We never take the football away. Balls bounce in the air for 25 minutes, and it always lands on the ground. It's like gravity's great against the Eagles defense. Gravity is undefeated against the Philadelphia Eagles defense over the last 3 years, it feels like. We just never can take a football away. Right? I mean, do we do the tip drill? Do we do do we do the tip drill practice? It's something we did all throughout high school. Do we do it? I feel like we don't do any of these drills that are just common sensors. So hopefully they can step up, because there was I love memories on the book. I'm a big memory guy, because then you like to hear oh, Tom, you never crushed Howie. Okay, here's a video from last year this time of me smoking him. All right, Tom, you never crushed Jim Schwartz. Okay, here's a video, same time, same day of last year, me crushing Jim Schwartz. So when it becomes, Ryan knows, I say it all the time, when it becomes a trend, then I start getting upset. Right? I stay calm through everything else because I expect ebb and flow with sports. Right? But when things become trending in the wrong direction, I get mad. Howie Roseman, trending in the wrong direction. Jim Schwartz, big time, trending in the wrong direction. There's so much talent defensively. You let talent go, and that's on Howie Roseman. But there's enough talent outside the linebacking core that you should be able to get it done. And I know you played two good offenses the last 2 weeks, but that's when great defenses step up. What am I missing? That's when great defenses step up. You want to walk and talk like you're top 10. You don't even sniff the top 15 right now. So all the expectations we had mean nothing, right? Hargrave looks like a C signing right now. Gave him a ton of money. Doesn't look good, okay? And the list goes on guys that just haven't played well defensively, especially over the last 2 weeks. And how you play better? Well, guess what? Maybe you start blitzing a little bit more, right? Force guys to make bad decisions at the quarterback position. Help your secondary out. Help your defense out, and help them be able to create turnovers by creating pressure, right? I'll steal 1,000 times coaching baseball. I'll steal 1,000,000 times. I'll hit and run all day. I want to put pressure on you. I want to be the aggressor. I don't want it the other way around. You're not going to be the aggressor to us. You got to be the aggressor. Jim Johnson was the aggressor. Did he get smoked sometimes by being the aggressor? Right? Absolutely he did. He got beat. But more times
he didn't shy away from it though, Tommy.
Yeah, more times than not, they came out with a home run from it. A big sack. Right?
Yeah.
Help your front four out. I know they're great up there, but help them out a little bit. Listen, your linebackers can't do nothing. Can they run straight to a quarterback? I'm asking for a fan base and a friend and everybody that needs to ask.
I wouldn't even trust them to do that.
No, at this point, no, because these weeks, god damn, I can't take it anymore.
They might sack Carson.
Woo!
So that's my rant to start the show, and there's always something that, especially when you're. I don't even want to say the record because it's irrelevant. When you're atrocious, things start getting heated in here, and this is where we're at. And do I agree or disagree that the Philadelphia Eagles will beat the Giants tomorrow night? I never pick them to lose, but they should. They should though. Come on. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. Then what are we even talking about them for? Let's start talking about Doc Rivers then. You know what I mean? If that's the case in the Philadelphia 76ers, let's start talking some hockey then. All right. Then and baseball for next year. Then instead of doing this crap week in and week out, putting ourselves through, we'll still come back. You know what I mean? But I agree. I think they get it done. Listen, you gotta be. Listen, I've been here since '82. It's been tough. Okay.
It's soul crushing. It's better to prepare yourself for a loss, in my eyes.
No, because that takes all the fun out of it. Listen, nobody wakes up to lose. If you're a competitive junkie, nobody wakes up to lose.
Jerry does. Gary.
Or the Jets.
Mariana, when you wake up to go compete in football, are you waking up to lose?
No.
You waking up to tie?
No. I wake up to win.
Waking up to win. It's 101. It's 101 competitive nature to wake up and win. I don't care. I don't care if I'm playing the greatest team ever assembled in AAU baseball. And I feel like, oh my goodness, you know what I mean? I'm going out there to be the aggressor and hope to steal one, right? And that's what the Philadelphia Eagles defensively need to start doing. And I'm tired of talking about it year in, year out about this guy that he wants to sit back. It's constant missionary. It's like, I mean, Jim, I wouldn't want to be your wife. I hate to say it, but I wouldn't want to be your wife. It's constant, just a one-trick pony. It's a one-trick pony for years now. Like, when are you going to just grow up and say, you know what? Let me bring an extra guy. Davion Taylor can run straight. I didn't mean it like that.
I was supposed to say, are we James White
Like,
still?
what are we doing? What are we doing now? What are we doing?
Reverse
Spiking it
that.
up in the bedroom a little bit?
9:19. It's not even past
I was
the
going
10
to say,
o'clock.
8-2D late night
wait,
doesn't
I
start for another
think-
2.5 hours.
It's a
Wait,
little
I think I
early
saw
for
you on
ATV after
Tinder.
dark.
We're only 9 minutes in.
I know people on Tinder that are looking for that.
Obviously, some people on Facebook are too. Almost our night to where, but I mean, no, I'm not talking about sneaking somebody else in the bedroom. There's no hide and seek. It's not, not 50 Shades of Gray here. We're just talking about bringing somebody some extra pressure.
50 Shades of Tom.
Defensively
Okay.
in the football game. So, what do you guys say? Circle the room here. The Philadelphia Eagles will beat the Giants on Thursday Night Football. Agree or disagree? And then we'll get in. Obviously, we got tons of comments coming in. We'll get to all of you as well. Stay with us and just try to bring some positivity. And I agree. I know Tori, we'll get to her later, but she's going to be a disagree. So, whoever wants to go next, you agree or disagree?
You never know.
Go ahead,
No,
Ralph.
I'll go next.
I can't hear you, Ralph.
Good to have
You
you.
can't hear me?
No.
Oh,
That's
no,
a
we can
shame.
hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
But yeah, seriously. I agree to the poll. I think we do beat the Giants tomorrow. Obviously, Daniel Jones hasn't been what the Giants selected him in 2 years now from the draft. Dude has completely sucks. Dude stinks. Shouldn't be in the NFL anymore. But hey, it is what it is. You made that bed. You gotta lay in it now. Outside of everything else, the defense has to show up, man. I mean, it's constantly week after week after week where the defense doesn't show up at the big moments of the games, and this is a huge game. And you're playing another division game, which is going to be tough. We all know division games, especially in the NFC East, no matter what the record shows, is always tough. So, but to the poll, I agree. I think the Eagles get the job done tomorrow night.
All right.
Greg?
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. I do agree to the poll. That's weird.
Yeah, what do you do?
I'm in a tunnel.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to
Not
leave.
me.
I just carry the backdrop with me. I agree to the poll. I mean, I think a 5-win team might win the NFC East. The way it's going with how atrocious this division is. It's not a hard agree because it's losing Zach, losing Miles on the offensive side hurts a little bit, especially Miles hurts a lot because we don't know what we have back there.
Old guy.
And
if Tom's old, then I'm ancient.
If Tom's old, I haven't been born yet. If Tom's old.
I'll be whatever you want. I'll be whatever you want me to be to fit your agenda. So whatever that may be, I'll be.
I don't like that.
Now, I love when guys come back in. If the Eagles were hot and rolling, sorry, Greg. If the Eagles are hot and rolling, we don't even smell him. We don't even know if who was that guy? Like, you know what I mean? Is that guy even alive or a real person? We'll never see him again if they were hot. This is what I love.
Tom, this might be Cowherd. Because he's pointing out that you have a backwards hat on. He's got a backwards hat on.
I don't know.
We found the burner.
But no, I agree. It's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna be tough. All division games are, and we're just not good right now. But they're not good either. And I would like to hope that as a fan that we could beat the Giants.
Yeah. Because if we lose tomorrow,
especially when you have 2 games coming up in the next couple weeks.
That'll winnable too.
True. Yeah, I mean, I agree with Greg. When you look at it, if you don't win tomorrow, I mean, we really need to have a conversation. And, when you look at it and people have been panicking like, oh, we don't have Miles Sanders. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a big loss, obviously. But then, then you go to like the Zach Ertz factor. They're like, oh, what are we going to do without Zach Ertz? You mean this entire season? Because this hasn't been Zach Ertz at all. Like, we've seen him for like 2 plays and then he falls down. And then we see him for a couple of plays, then he catches the ball and then he falls down again. So, Richard Rodgers season, I guess. I mean, I'm not excited about it. Who's the other guy? Jason Kroom. Yeah, I'm going to act like I know who that is. I have no idea who that is. But listen, he's arguably done more than Zach Ertz has. So, that's something. But you look at it and, we could talk obviously about the turnover problems that we've had as a team, our quarterback has had. there's only one person on this entire planet that has had more fumbles than Ezekiel Elliott, and that's Daniel Jones. So when you talk about, obviously, and it's kind of, as we've seen early kind of in every season, especially with the Eagles, we've seen streaky defensive line play, but we've shown at times, especially, to where we can really get after an inexperienced quarterback and allow them to make mistakes and either fumble the football or obviously cause, a drastic turnover via interception. So I think that's going to be huge tomorrow. It's kind of obvious to say, like, you have to win the turnover battle, but honestly, with kind of all the, just no-name guys, obviously, except for, the man, the myth, the legend, Travis Fulgham, you're going to have to kind of rely on the turnovers to kind of obviously A, get us cheap scores, or B, set us up in really good field position. So I think you're able to do that with, the Giants' offensive line isn't as bad as it's been the last handful of years, but it's still not good. So I trust our defensive line, especially when you talk about all the money that's going into it. And pretty much the only unit of this entire team that stayed relatively healthy. So I think that's going to be a big, factor in it. And also, we've seen a resurgence of Carson Wentz given in probably the last opportunity and kind of situation we thought we'd see it, to where as this roster gets worse, somehow he gets better. And I think this goes back to what, Tom, you and I have been saying for a while. I know we've talked about it not only on this show, but many times. When they let Carson be Carson, you see the results. It doesn't matter if it's Kroom or Richard Rodgers or Travis Fulgham or Little Boston Scott or, fill in the blank roster wide receiver here or there. The guy puts the team on his back and he keeps coming after you. So I'm confident. I haven't been confident in going into a game pretty much all season. So I don't know if that's worrisome to be this confident heading into a division game that really any division game can go either way. But I expect it to be a comfortable win tomorrow.
Listen, I agree with you. And listen, you can't put restrictions on your players. You got to let them be who they are. You know what I mean? Whatever they are is what got them to that level. So, you want to allow them that freedom to be who you are. Now, I understand coming right off the injury, like in 2018, you're going to put some restrictions on that side of it, of course. But, the rollouts, the getting him on the move, especially when you lack talent on the outside. You want to extend plays. You want to find ways to get guys open and for DBs to lose guys. So you want all them things to happen. And that's the only way it's going to happen with this roster around them offensively. So, Frank, you can be next. You agree or disagree?
I agree with the poll. I mean, I'm actually going to be at the game. No, I did not pay for the tickets. I will be at the game on Thursday night. Assuming that Lane is going to be healthy and ready to go, I think that he's definitely going to protect Carson a lot more after that dreadful performance on Sunday. And good riddance that Jamon Brown is gone. I don't want anybody who adjusts gloves mid-play. So with that being said, Lane being back, that's definitely going to help Carson's confidence a little bit. Deshaun with the possibility of being back, maybe taking the field for maybe 2 snaps or so. So maybe a little bit of the boost on the offense. But you know what? As what I saw on Sunday, Carson is being Carson, and we're seeing him make the plays to the unknown guys, Fulgham-mania, Jason Kroom, Greg Ward. So, I mean, I think Carson's going to have himself a huge game. I don't know how huge, but it's probably going to be one of his better games. And you also got to factor in that Doug Peterson, 5-0 against the Giants. 5-0 on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
5-0 on TNF. And, of course, we're going black, and we're possibly going to go back to midnight green. But I love the blackout uniforms. We always dominate with the blackout uniforms. So give me a win on this.
This is making me nervous now. You know what I mean? Like we're dominant. We're dominant with the black uniforms on. We roll on Thursday Night Football. Oh my god. I might circle back. Will get back to me. Ariana, Tori, whoever wants to go next. The Eagles will win on Thursday Night Football.
Maybe.
You can go, Ariana.
All right. I think they're going to take the game. I'm a huge Saquon fan. Just going to school the same year as he has and just watching him, he's a beast. And the Giants not having him, that's the reason I think they're going to win. It's just one less weapon that our defense has to worry about. Our offense, clear. There's no starters. That's a fact. All the basic cards are out on the table. Everyone knows our offense. The tough thing, it's a short week. That sucks, but it's not like we have starters. All these backups, they're just going to play their heart out. It's a division game, and let's hope the momentum falls in our way, because I think whatever team has the most momentum going into tomorrow night is going to take the game. Hopefully it's for us.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Big double there by Wendell. 3-0 Rays. Let's go.
I know you're getting right into Greg when you brought up Penn State. Highway talk.
Fast and Furious.
Right on cue.
By the way, 2 more movies, and then they're shutting down the franchise. I shed a tear today.
Yep, me too. See
Thank
you again.
God. They should have shut it down when Paul Walker
You watch your mouth over there.
died. I can't.
I'll see
You watch
again,
your
Greg.
mouth.
Leave it there.
Those movies suck. Those movies suck.
Now you
Can we mute her, please?
No, it's my turn. Okay. So
again, T, I had something to say. Back to Ariana, and I have no idea what it was now because I grew up Fast and Furious. So it was something good, and now it's gone. It's gone forever. So
I'm the only person that lives on a highway, I guess. Okay. So I had
Penn State stuff. I went right. Greg loved Penn State too. Greg's a big Penn Stater. So
Good.
clapping it up. But no, the Saquon thing's the biggest thing. I mean, if they Saquon at any point, you take 180 to the house and maybe do it twice to this defense the way they're playing. and he's obviously a big time threat out of the backfield, unlike Miles, his other buddy up at Penn State, who seems to not be able to catch out of the backfield now. So, but maybe Boston Scott can, because Boston Scott had a great game against the Giants last year, or maybe 2 of them. Did he have 2? Did they play? Did he play twice against the Giants?
I think he
played. He played the Monday night game, and then he played.
I was there. It was the last game of the season.
End of the year game.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's when he had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, when he became Darren Sproles. That's when he became Darren Sproles. People were getting the gold
jacket. Sweatshirt that day.
Yeah, you might want to throw that out. Yeah, that's when he became Darren Sproles and got the gold jacket. Was waiting for him in Canton. To the faithful here, and that guy averages 2 yards a carry. Like there's literally guys that like playing like this pickup rough touch football that could go grab off the street right now with some great athleticism, right? They could probably average 2.5. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they're going to average 3 a carry, but they probably got enough vision to average 2.5. This guy is averaging under that per attempt this year, and that's our second running back. When we knew guys get hurt in this league, and guys always get hurt here, and we didn't address it for 6 months, like through quarantine, where nobody had anything to do. Howie had nothing to do. We had nothing to do. We sat here and yelled about running backs, and then all these running backs. When you talk about Adrian Peterson, it would have been a nice guy to have. Would have been nice. Would have been nice right now. Okay, Leonard Fournette would have been delicious. Would have enjoyed it. Okay, Devontae Freeman, not a pimp, but he'll probably go for $125 against us tomorrow night and 2 touches. But I digress on Devontae. So I mean, the list goes on just different names that you could have just addressed for $1.5 million, $2 million, and made it a little deeper. But you put so much stock in a gadget running back as your number 2. Boston Scott is your number 3. Fine. Corey Clement is just, with all due respect, stay in glass barrel. You're not an NFL running back anymore. Well, I love you. I love you in 2017. I'll never forget it. You'll always have a place in my heart. But right now, it doesn't look like you were able to come back from that injury. Right now. Could things change? Because the one thing we always talk about, right? Corey was great out of the backfield. That was his thing. It wasn't running the ball. He caught a ton of passes in 2017 out of the backfield. That's what made him successful here. That's what made us all think like, okay, we have a guy in the future that has a legitimate role here. Like, listen, I was on the Corey train in terms of like not a every down running back, but as a guy who has a skill set here as a number 3, right, Greg? Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. We all thought that could happen. And the injury doesn't look like he was able to come back from it, at least right now. Doesn't look like he's fully healthy. And then again, he doesn't even get, maybe he'll get some more snaps this weekend, but we also can't run the ball because we're behind every game. It's a whole mess. It's a whole mess. And I think it's, and then listen, I'll give the running backs credit on one thing, that they can't control the shit offensive line that has been put in front of them over the last 6 weeks, right? That's out of their control. And when you're shuffling in so many different guys as a running back, it's hard to create your chemistry when you're talking about your vision and trusting and all them things, right, guys? I mean, that matters when you talk about running back. So I'll put a little bit of their lack of success running the football on the offensive line. But, man, if these two guys want to be on NFL football teams next year, they need to get going, the two of them, because right now neither one looks like they're NFL guys right now.
And Tom, I'll say this one thing too, and you're not wrong. Like, obviously the offensive line does have, a big part of it, but, and I'm not saying you're saying this, but I think a lot of people are giving them a pass, both the coaching staff and also the running backs, for, the lack of production because of the offensive line. But we kind of forget, obviously when we went 4 for 4 in the, the final 4 games last year, and we played obviously the Giants twice, and, we ended up going undefeated. Our offensive line was putrid then. Lane was in and out. Brandon Brooks was in and out of the lineup. Obviously, Jason Peters was Jason Peters, to where there was injuries all over the place. Now, granted, it's not like this where you have a rugby player and Luke Jariga. Who the hell is that? It's much worse now. But you know what they did last year that they're not really doing? They were creative. They were creative with getting Boston Scott involved in other ways, like we talk about, in the backfield, et cetera, et cetera. And the Corey Clement thing, like we said, nobody here is like a hater of Corey Clement, especially the Glassboro people. But
no, I didn't think I'm just a jabber.
No. I know you. I know what you're doing, but I could see people at home being like, "Oh, he doesn't." You're disrespecting a Super Bowl champion. No, we appreciate what he did 3 years ago. But at the end of the day, I feel like there was so much hype because people started watching the Instagram videos when he was working out and he got all the muscle. He's freaking slower now. So it's like they don't use him in the backfield, and he's slower. So, and now they have an even worse offensive line. So Howie, again, you really know Leonard Fournette? Really? He's like the best part of their offense down in Tampa. Like you didn't like think like, hey, maybe we should like give this guy a look. I guess not.
All right. Well, we're gonna find out what Hello Darkness, my old friend, has to say. The Eagles will beat the Giants on Thursday Night Football. Agree or disagree, Tori?
So as negative as I am, I call it real. As real as I am, after seeing how the Cowboys played, which brought like so many like cheesing smiles to my face watching that game. Mm-hmm. And then the fourth quarter Eagles, it's brought me to the point where I want to say, I agree that we can beat the second worst football team in the NFL. Yes. So I agree to that. It's kind of like hard to disagree. But what I feel confident and positive about is, like I've said, I think I've said this since the beginning, like Carson Wentz with the practice squad players, don't know how he does it, don't know why, don't know what's behind it, but he comes together. I call it practice squad unite. Like when the practice squad guys are together with Carson Wentz, it's magic. And I don't know if it's like the heart inside them wants to prove something. And I don't know what about Carson that connects with that. Maybe he's just like an underdog at heart too. But when that comes together, like I'd rather have any practice squad guy on the field right now. And that's kind of what we have. And that's how we ended last season when we were looking nasty. And our offense was looking good in the fourth quarter. Like we need to continue that. But it needs to not only be in the fourth quarter. I still think our play calling needs some work. As much as I don't believe in Jalen Hurts, I am liking the trick plays, I guess you want to call them, with him and Wentz a little bit. And I feel like they're finally learning how to use it a little bit. But still, I don't want to give that too much credit because like I feel like that's the only trick that Doug has in the book is using Jalen Hurts out there on a decoy or whatever he's doing with that. I still think that needs some work. And this is why I'm real about the team, because I don't want us to be tricked into believing this is a good team and that like next year, no, we're good with this team. You know what I mean? Like we need to be fixed majorly. But yeah,
it's coming.
I'm going to say we win tomorrow. And if not, we need to have a moment of silence next Wednesday during the show and just be all black screens.
Yeah, we'll be black on black.
Our whole show would be a moment of silence.
Silence, black on black. We'll wear black jerseys because that would
I just
on Thursday. Yeah, no, listen. The fact that you are in agreement to the poll of the Eagles winning. Makes me feel a whole lot better because
Has me really worried.
no, because the only time she's picked them, we won. The only time Tori's picked the
I
Eagles.
know. I did pick them. I picked them last week, unfortunately.
Yeah, but last week felt like a win almost.
It was a moral victory. It was a
It
moral
almost
victory.
doesn't count, though.
Some people say
Moral victory.
I'm not almost in it. I'm saying we left touchdowns on the
Oh,
the
yeah, absolutely.
So, like,
17
what was it? 17 points, yeah.
My kicker stinks. We can clarify. We can just get that out there now. Okay, we signed $21 million, and he's the only kicker in the National Football League in 2020. It's not 1980, 2020 that can't make something for 50 plus. Usually, he struggled 35 in. He was like,
love it.
dang,
Yeah,
that's what he
the
does.
chip shot struggle, but he bangs them from 50. You know,
We
Well,
thought.
Not
wait.
anymore. Not anymore.
We thought.
Is that why we're going for 2-point conversions every time because
Yeah,
Jake
maybe
Elliott
Doug was
can't
right.
make
Maybe
an
Doug
extra
was
point?
right after
Is that
all.
why?
No.
Why?
That might be it. Who knows?
Maybe he's like,
I mean,
man,
I
he's
don't
all
understand.
broken.
Like, I love a 2-point conversion, but every touchdown, your first touchdown, like
Yeah, that was aggressive. It's too much.
weird. It's like he's trying to be aggressive. Like we talk about be yourself, right? Right, Tom? You talk about that with us. It's like Peterson's not trying to be himself. He's like, oh wait, people want me to be aggressive. Let me be aggressive. Like, no, now you're being aggressively stupid. Like, just be your natural self, Doug.
You're right.
Tor, you know what it is? It's like ever since we tied the Bengals, when everyone was talking about, hey, this guy wrote a book or he had a book called Fearless,
Yeah.
it was like, he's like, oh my God, I wrote a book called Fearless.
Yeah.
People were talking about the book. I got to get more book sales, so I got to be fearless. It's like, no, there's a difference between being fearless and like, Doug, what the hell are you doing? Like,
When do we compare it to like a guy buying a big truck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, a guy making up for something. It's like I feel like
overcompensating.
Yeah.
Like you're about a big truck with the big wheels. He had
with the metal balls hanging on the truck.
The guy's 5'1.5". You know what I mean? Like, look at this guy.
Wait, I bet you Doug bought metal balls for his truck last week.
I bet. I could see Doug riding around, or like a wheelbarrow, like a wheelbarrow just hanging, like a little tiny wheelbarrow just hanging.
Especially after his wife called him out. Why are you so good on Thursday night in a short week? You're not that good on a Sunday.
That's what we all forget about it, though. Is like these are real people, right? Like I think people get caught up in that. Everybody always thinks it's Madden. This is real people, and like that that's why I love today, because you would have never heard that. Even 10 years ago, you're not hearing a quote like that, which makes it funny, because it's just the fact that she's breaking his balls about the same things we are makes it even better. Like,
where did that quote come from, though? Like, did he tell us that quote?
I don't know. It feels like it's
was it on our Twitter?
I just feel like that's a Cataldi early morning. Like Doug probably said it. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's always on.
Ryan, you're so confident in backup no-name Eagles players, but who Roseman drafted? Well, no, Fulgham wasn't drafted here, so that's why he's good. If Howie would have drafted him, he would have sucked. And Spellman, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do, Spellman? You want me? What do I have a choice? What do you want me to beg for Alshon back? Guy's gonna burst into flames as soon as he hits the friggin' field.
No, nobody
He's
wants
getting
Alshon
hurt
back.
without even playing. Like he's getting hurt walking to the facility.
He's gonna have another foot injury.
What is it? A calf now, Tom?
Yeah, calf.
Jesus,
ridiculous.
Ralph, they need you over there to massage it
My
out.
calf hurts every day. Like, I can't.
My calf hurts every day.
I still come to work and sit on my bed and do this.
Not quitting. You're not quitting on your team.
Oh my God, Bill!
That's
I
what
can
he's
see
doing.
Doug driving a Prius. If they lose tomorrow, I'll agree with you, Bill.
He's got the big SUV, so he's not the big truck guy, which I respect, and he's not, he's not the Prius. He's got
Does his license plate say "I am the danger"?
Fearless.
Oh, fearless. My fault. Fearless. That's right. It's trademarked.
All right, let's get into previewing this game a little bit and giving some score predictions, give out some offensive, defensive players of the game, and then we can all give one person, because there's so many guys offensively you never heard of. So maybe one person that nobody's even talking about that steps up and has a big game tomorrow night. So.
What?
What'd you say?
No, just her face when you asked her when you said you're gonna pick one person. It's like who are you gonna pick? Who is it?
I don't know.
Crom, definitely Crom.
Chrome.
Crom.
No, not Chrome.
Oh yeah, no
Chrome.
no Chrome.
Oh, look at that. Chrome's in the comments. Lovely.
Chrome.
Summoned him.
See, I don't
Hey,
agree with somebody set up there like 450 yards and 5 TDs. Like,
Oh yeah, like a career game. Yeah, I don't.
It's like Madden on easy mode with 15-minute time and 99 overall players.
I mean, I'd love for that to be real. I can meet you in the middle of that. Like, I think he could go. You want to tell me he throws for 325 and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions? I mean, that game works for me.
Has he had a game where he's thrown for 300 yards yet?
I don't think so. I'll look it up.
I don't think at any point this season.
I think his top was like 240, like 246.
I'll pull it up.
Oh, 270.
Week 1.
Week 1,
and it was all in one half. And it was all, if you think about it, it was all.
Yeah, it was all one half.
Or the last part of that fourth quarter when they were making a run.
It was literally one quarter.
That first half was beautiful.
Yeah, I'd love to have that back. And half of the
can we have that like for a whole season?
Listen, this is what I need. Okay, I'm not going to say this is what's going to happen. This is just what I need. I don't ask for a lot of things. I really don't. I ask for nothing. You know what I mean? Like today I asked I'm going to order 2 more pairs of the same shoes you bought me because I like wearing them in the baseball. They're comfortable. Well, are you going to, and I was like, I never get nothing for myself. You know what I mean? Like I never ask for anything.
Treat yourself. Treat yourself.
Maybe she'll chime in and agree or disagree. At times hers. But at the end of the day, I don't ask for a lot. I'm just asking for a dominant performance tomorrow night. That's all I'm asking for. Just be this is a dominant performance on both sides of the football. All right. So I need a 34 spot put up on somebody tomorrow night. I don't give a rat's ass who's playing offense anymore. I got a franchise quarterback that the team across from me isn't any good, and I got to go show that how much better I am than them. I got to have a clean game offensively on Carson Wentz. It's got to be a statement win for him in the carry mode. Right? I understand, like, if you're asking for if you're playing a top team in the NFL, right, then I'm not going to tell you I need you to put up 34. But tomorrow night, I need you to put up 34. And a lot of that needs to come from the defense taking the football away, too. Like 34-17 Eagles. That's where I'm going. Offensive player of the game. Jeez. Wait, where do you even go? Where do you even go? Let's go to Sean Jackson. Welcome back. Maybe you have a couple.
Last more than a quarter.
Gets a touchy on his first ball. Then he's good.
Exactly.
I say 1 for 7, and I feel great.
One touch, pull the hamstring. Watch.
Yeah, he's out. I'm saying you've given. We don't ask for a lot, right? I'm back to time not asking for a lot. You've given us nothing. Even if I asked for something, you gave us nothing through your second tenure here. It's been actually really bad.
A touchdown would be nice.
Just touch. Maybe 70 yards. Can I get a 70, 75 yards out of you? Maybe like 4 catches. I mean, that'd be a player of the game for him. I'm not going to go Carson because every time I take him, he ends up not having a good game. So I'm not doing it. I'm doing it to my guy. Defensively, I'm not even going to say Fletcher Cox anymore because I don't even know. He's been on a milk carton. I feel like, again, we're back to milk carton. He's back in DMs again. He's got guys showing up at his house with guns. I mean, I feel like we're back to 2019 Fletcher where he was just all over, And then he bought a dog, and then hopefully the dog settled him down a little bit. I don't know. I'm not talking about like peanut butter. I'm just talking about like taking.
I wasn't even thinking. I don't think anyone was even.
As soon as I brought the dog up, like as soon as I brought the dog up, you went 50 Shades the dog. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't doing that. I saw it smirk. You made a smirk.
Yeah, don't live in the comments. A lot of things happening.
All I'm saying is that I'm not going to even pick him anymore because it's not even worth it. He needs to prove worth $100 million. And he has in the past. I'm not. This isn't being critical of Fletcher for his career. He's being critical right now. I need somebody on defense to step up. But Darius Slay, to me, needs to get it done. I got to go with Darius Slay this Sunday. Jeez. Thursday. This is what the NFL does. They throw you curveballs too. I need a pick. I mean, he doesn't have an interception. Doesn't have a forced fumble. Doesn't have anything that really is okay, that's a number 1 corner. That's an impact guy. And I tried telling people this, but they got upset with me when I said, "Well, we should have said Ramsey." So give me a pick six for Darius Slay tomorrow night. Pick six, a little welcome to Philly finally, because he didn't play bad against Baltimore, obviously, but again, look at it's not a pass happy offense there, but he did play bad against Pittsburgh. So this is a response game I need from him this Thursday. I'm gonna say it again. Really, it's like saying to Washington, you know what? You know what I mean? Getting crucified there. So pick six. Yeah, I'm not doing it again, Tori. Pick six, and some guy that needs to step up that you're not really thinking about. I think that's Richard Rodgers. I think Richard Rodgers gets a touch in this football game and is impactful. Carson loves his tight ends. Richard Rodgers is a vet out there. He's been around for a long time. Seems like catches everything, like Jason Avant. Like I feel like he's always open when he gets the ball thrown to him, and he catches everything. So maybe throw it to him a couple more times. Maybe Richard Rodgers has 5 for 65 tomorrow on a touch. How about that little sleeper, Richard Rodgers? Let's go. So circle the room again, everybody. Score predictions, offense, defensive player of the game, and for everybody out there, chime in with it. It's a chance to win $100 free merch, free A2D merch, whatever you want. Whatever you want on the A2D side of Philly drinkers is yours, $100 worth. You nailed a score. Offense, defensive player of the game is your tiebreakers. That's why you got to put them in. But just nail the score.
Has anyone won yet?
Nope.
No.
And if they had, they haven't claimed their prize. And that's not on me.
You just got to have like a running jackpot or something. Let the value increase.
Hell no, Frank. Who the hell's paying?
Yeah.
We're going to end up giving out like $2,000 in merch. What are you doing?
16 weeks. I mean, add it up.
By the way, Eagles are 4.5-point favorites. The over-under is 45 tomorrow.
The over-under is enticing because it makes you think they're going to score something to me. Like 45 is a weird number. Like I feel like I should be a little higher when you have two bad teams, but we'll see. Ralph, go ahead.
Ralphie.
Another game on a short week. Wonderful. I'm gonna go. Obviously,
shut the hell up. You act like we played 20 of them this year. Another game on a short week.
First one.
Another one.
Another
one. Once a year.
I'm lucky. We should all be lucky. We get this done and out of the way. Middle of the week, so we don't gotta wake up on Sunday and watch this shit team play.
I
thought you said like 20 minutes ago we were winning. What are you talking?
Yeah. We are winning, but you can't deny this team is really, really bad.
So young. You're so young, and you sound like a 90-year-old man. Like, oh, man, the back's really been an issue.
But I at the beginning of the show, I agreed to the poll, so I still think they win. I'm gonna go, even though it's gonna be a divisional game. Games are always tough, so I'm gonna keep it close. I'm gonna go 23-13 Birds. Offensive player of the game. Jesus Christ. Person had to throw the ball. Let's see. No Ertz, no Miles. DJ probably gonna be going after the first snap. So he's gone. I'm gonna go Fulgham here as my offensive player of the game. Defensive player of the game. Fulgham.
Fulgamania.
Yeah.
It hurt. I don't know. Every time somebody says his name, it bothers me.
And then for defensive player of the game, I'm gonna go the man up front. I'm gonna go BG.
Is it bad for Fulgham to have like no catches tomorrow night? Like,
That's bad.
Good. I just want to confirm because I know it's bad internally. I know because I let other people dictate now who I like and don't like. When I like the kid, right? But a T-shirt makes me hate him. Like a T-shirt after your second week in the league or on a team and you have a big game and there's T-shirts. It irked me. So then it took me making them I started saying maybe I want him to have a bad game. Like I started doing that. I'm being honest with people. I'm not lying to you. I said I can't do that. I got to stop doing that. And when he caught a touchdown, I was excited for him, and I said, "Shit, the T-shirts." And because I know I'm going to be.
Just some people will buy a jersey for Fulgham. Do you ever see a guy who has a good game and they're like, "I'm buying a jersey," and I'm like, "Damn."
Let's go. All right, Tori. I mean, that's why you're good at what you do. No, that's why you're good at what you do. This is sort of your job. I'm laying on the couch right now, and I'm just getting it all. I'm just clearing the air, and you're telling me what the right thing to do is. You know what I mean? No, you don't get that reference at all. Nah, she's gone.
And I used to be a therapist.
No, I'm saying like you're my therapist right now. You're talking to me. Oh my god, I can't even do. The t-shirts bother me. All I was saying, I want him to have a 90 catches.
Tom, what happened in your childhood with a t-shirt? I want to know.
Oh, it's on. Here we go.
Stop it. I had a great childhood. Okay, I had a great childhood. There's nothing wrong with my childhood. It
Did
irks
you not
me.
get a t-shirt on the boardwalk that you really wanted for was it Hulkamania? Hulkamania?
Well, he's not a wrestling guy,
T-shirt.
so that could be it. He's not a wrestling guy.
I like real sports. So that's where I stand on that. And that's not a shot at that. People enjoy what you like to enjoy. I'm just telling you how I feel. But no, it's not about that. Tori, it's not about a bad childhood. I got anything I probably wanted, which was probably bad in a way. But what I'm saying is that I've dealt with so much being a Philadelphia fan over my tenure, right? Per se. And at this point, it's like I've crowned guys too early. I remember Bobby Hoying. Nobody remembers Bobby Hoying, probably besides maybe Greg does. Tori, you probably do. All right, but Bobby Hoying came in and was like, people started calling him
the old people.
I'm telling you, it's not even that old. It was the 90s, right? But Bobby Hoying came in and people were like, oh, all right, Joe Montana's here, right? So I've dealt with, and then he stunk. I don't even know how long he ended up in the league after that. So
I think 1 year he was here.
Is I've seen guys get crowned so early here, where now I try to like let them have a body of work before I personally like will crown out loud, right? Like internally, I'd be like, yeah. This guy's gonna be good, but I just don't know. I got like, especially young guys.
You got to see the product first before.
We did it with Boston Scott, Ralphie. We just did it with Boston Scott, and then we're like, is this the same guy that we really liked last year for 4 games? You know,
And another example, like you guys brought it up earlier on the show, Corey Clement, right? 2017, amazing, and then these past 3 years, it's like, who's this? Who's this dude?
Yeah,
you're right.
Tom, I'll ask you this:
but people get mad at you because he won a Super Bowl. People get mad at you.
Oh, you can't have an opinion. You God forbid in this city with this love affair. You talk about anything from 2017, people want to come. There's death threats coming in your DMs. You know what I mean? Like, people are animals. Like you say something about like Nick, like come on, dude, calm down. Like we love Nick, but he's not better than Carson. And people are like,
oh my god,
no, sleep with one eye open. You're like, what? You hate Nick. I'm like, I don't hate Nick. You guys, this whole guy messed around. I've always loved him.
Whoa! I saw you down there, Greg. What are you raising your hand? I saw the hand. I saw the hand go.
Nick, it's the Nick battle.
So you hate Nick?
Yeah.
You don't like him?
No.
You hate Nick? You hate him?
Well, yeah, because everyone's made me hate him.
Ariana, this is the same guy who loves Chip Kelly.
I feel that.
He's the same guy who thinks Chip Kelly's better than.
Oh my god!
You're high.
No one loves Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Well,
what?
We found a guy.
He would take Chip Kelly over Doug Peterson.
I take a road cone over Doug Peterson.
Well, guess
That's
what?
disrespectful.
Does anyone remember?
Wow.
But did anyone love Nick Foles? Did anyone love Nick Foles when he was our actual starting quarterback? What year was that? 2013?
Yeah.
13, 14?
Sorry.
No one liked Nick Foles then. No one remembers that.
I did.
Well, I didn't.
Sure.
All right. Yeah, now you did. Find on your memories.
Tor,
I on Facebook in 2012. Don't you do this with me.
Mine was 10.
Don't you do this with me.
MySpace.
I wasn't allowed on Facebook yet. I was at 6.
He was his top 8 friends on MySpace.
Yeah.
Tori, what I'll tell you is the same thing that Greg doesn't like Nick for is why I try not to do it now with a guy like Fulgham. It's the same type of thing. Like I don't want to hate a guy because people fell in love. Like let people fall in love. I got to learn to like allow people to love and not hate on it. So I need more of a body of work. And if he has a productive game tomorrow night, I start to really believe that he can stick around in this league. Right? It's all about consistency. If you're gonna stick around in the league, about consistency. It's not anything more than that. If he's a first round pick and he's putting up the numbers in his first 3 games, then yes, I am crowning. Right? I am the first guy to crown. I'm the first guy to say let's get T-shirts and act like a Disney corporation. I'm the first guy to be all over it. If it's like a high round pick that you're projected to do this. If it's not, I just need to see a little bit more. It doesn't mean the guy can't play. It just means I need to see a little bit more of a track record before I'm all in on you. That's all I mean by it. So I don't hate the guy. But forget Tori said something and it was good. And as I'm forward and I heard a tractor trip. So Ralphie, you went, right?
Yep.
Right, were you after Ralphie?
Yeah, I'll go. I'll go.
I don't want to hurt you.
And by the way, Tori, I don't think you're going to find anything from 2012 because I don't even know if I was allowed to have a cell phone in 2012. I was like 6, so it doesn't even matter.
Showing your age.
Yeah, I'm going to go like 31-17 Birds.
You weren't 2012. Shut the hell up. I can't let that fly. You weren't 6. I got underage guys. You know what I mean? Like, hey, guys, I gotta get parental consent. I gotta go mom for parental consent. Where's Bob Barlow at? Bob, can you sign on the dotted line here? I'm not this. We're not.
I'm going to start getting texts. I'm going to start getting text messages now.
16. I mean,
do you have your working papers? You need your working papers signed.
No, I think you're 14. You'll be 14. That'd be atrocious.
Yeah, that would be.
Like, let the kids like coach come on. Like, hey, you guys want to do a show? We're done the game. You guys want to come on?
That would be fun.
I mean, yeah, it'd be fun for them. Yeah,
I'm gonna go 31-17. Offensive player of the game. You know what, Tori? For you, I'll go Boston Scott. Just because, listen, when he plays the Giants, he's a Hall of Famer. So I mean, I can't. When you have a sample size, I mean, you can't go against the trend.
There's another one.
Josh Adams. Yep.
Next, LeGarrette Blount. Yeah, guys.
Yep. Well, hey, Tom, don't say LeGarrette Blount too loud in front of Ralphie. I mean, he might start running through the screen. You might still be asking for him.
I love LeGarrette. I'll take LeGarrette right now.
Absolutely.
Honestly, me too.
Let's do it.
Obviously.
I would have said this.
Anybody who like punches or like steals. What did he do at Oregon? He punched.
He punched a Boise State player.
Love that. Yeah. I mean, I don't condone it. I'm not like
I love that too.
Do it. I'm not. Yeah. Listen, football is not people you bring home to mommy and daddy. I confirm this all the time. It's not guys I'm bringing over for Thanksgiving dinner. It's rough. It's aggressive. It's physical. It's a different mentality than any other sport you'll play. Okay, any other sport in terms of physicality. I always tell kids, like, slide in the second. You slide in the second, looking to do damage. But that's a story for another day. You know what I mean? I don't promote like hurting. I promote breaking up double plays. I promote being physical, going into the bag hard. We're not trying to hurt nobody. We're not going cleats up. We're going in hard. Different. That's the only thing in comparison or football. Or, hey, if I'm an older guy, let's turn the shoulder in and wear one. It's always a good time to have a free base. So they're the only things physicality-wise you promote and like that can compare to baseball and other sports like that. But outside of that, like, I want a little physicality. Like, I love when Jalen Ramsey and Golden Tate went at it the other day. I love that kind of stuff. It's football. It's physical. A little altercation at the 50 before the game. It gets everybody jacked up. Let's go. Now, I feel like my guys are into it. Like, I know at home I'm like, let's go before a game. You know what I mean? I'm almost in I'm like a linebacker, like in my stance, just waiting to go. Right? So I want them to have the same emotion I have. How many of us yell and scream at the TV? Right? I want emotional cats out there. This isn't, you know what I mean? I want some dogs. This isn't made up to be like, you can't go out there with a couple kittens, you know, so you got to expect that extra stuff. That's why I love LeGarrette. I don't know why we went off on a tangent, you know, and now we're talking about physicality. We're talking about
okay. It's all right.
Well, listen.
Did we talk about on here about Michael Thomas and Jenkins?
What, Mr. Slants?
Slant guy?
Yeah. Did you guys talk about that last week?
Yeah. I mean, Malcolm's a crumb. I'll continue to stand by that for as long as I can. Great guy off the field. You know, I'm not saying anything about him off the field. I think he's done everything the right way, and I'll stand by that with Malcolm. I've said that from day one. He separated it in a way, and I thought it's great. He's done a lot of great work, right? Really giving back to the community, all that stuff off the field. On the field, I think he was the talker the whole time. I think he was Justina Anderson's pen pal. Him and Justina were pen pals. Okay, that's how I felt like that went. But I still love him as a football player. But now watch the heat come. Ready? You guys ready? Look at the comments. The heat's coming because I said something a little bad about a golden boy here. A little tiny bit. I said a little bad. But when he was talking about goddamn money after a loss, and then he responded back to me, I said it the day after. He said, oh, my fault. Losses stick with my ass for weeks. Are you kidding me? When I lose anything, it sticks with me. And I'm not even, and that's talking about just as a fan. Now, if I'm playing, that's it. Stuff really lingers with me. Right? We don't wake up to lose. So, like, you're a competitive junkie. You're talking about money? So that to your point, Tori, I think he's a crumb. Michael Thomas has been a great receiver in this league for a long time. To disrespect him and call him Mr. Slants is a joke. It's a joke. It absolutely is, and it shows what kind of teammate he is, deep down.
Yeah.
No, I don't agree with any of that stuff. You want to say it to a guy you're playing against? Be my guest.
Yeah, on your own team, I was like, wow.
Aggressive. Like, who are you? I mean, you're a damn good football player. Don't get me wrong, but that's
you're
my
new
issue.
to the team. I know you used to be there before, but like you're new to the team again, and you're going to come at their best offensive player.
So tell me this: if you're a professional athlete and somebody makes your crumb of the day for talking about money after a loss that quickly, okay, and you respond to it, tells me all I need to know
immediately
about struck a nerve with it, right? Struck a little nerve with you that you're wrong. That's why. So when you come in and tell me, I said it 24 hours later. Now the timestamp, we're timestamping. I don't care if you said it 24 hours later or any time that week. You just lost and ended your season. This ain't a week 6 loss. You ended your season. I don't want to hear for a week. I got to get over it myself. Okay? You want to think about it and go home, talk to the wifey about how you need more money, and all your boys, be my guest. Keep it out of the media. That's all. Who's next? Clear the air.
My defensive player of the game, I'm going to go Barnett. And then the one guy that kind of the unexpected guy that I think should and I think will step up, I'm going Davion Taylor here.
Whoa. Hold on, Ala.
Yeah, we're coming in for a lane. Listen, I when you look at how bad our linebackers are, he was on the field for like 2 plays last week. I saw him run fast in a straight line, and I was sold. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? I saw him run really fast.
Player of the game.
In the right direction. I said, you might be the best linebacker we've had in 3 years.
Right.
I get it.
What? He looks good in the uniform. I mean, something just like attracts me to look good.
The eye test. He passes the eye test, doesn't he?
I was like, who's that guy? Like, right? I was like, who's he? Oh, that's David.
Okay. Listen, I mean, I know Howie's been talking about speed with the wide receivers. Maybe linebacker speed. Listen, we might need him to play wide receiver in a couple weeks. We don't know.
Oh my God.
Fast, fluid, smooth.
Yeah, well, I mean, now you're acting like it's Usain Bolt running. I mean, it wasn't that. You know what I mean? What? Yeah, he ran well, but you really got Crown City. So what's he doing to be player?
Listen, what is he doing to be player of the game? Be better than Nathan Jerry?
No, but you're talking about player of the game. If you're talking about winning 34, whatever.
No. He was talking about player that you don't think about.
Gotcha.
That could show up.
See you guys later.
Thank you, Greg.
Yep. See you, buddy.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Thank you, Greg.
Tom's son just gave up a homer to blow the no-hitter, so,
Oh, you got to make Tom, you got to call him. You got to talk to him.
No ice cream tonight.
Hold on. Hold the phone for a sec. If this dude blows a 5-0 lead, now it's 5-2. If he blows a 5-0 lead and pulls a Cliff Lee here, I will expose him later. I will assault later if he blows a 5-0 lead in the biggest game of his life.
He probably blocked you.
No, he won't. He'll DM me. We'll talk.
He'll DM me.
He already did once. Won't be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, a couple times, Tom. A couple times. It was like a week span.
We were like BFFs for a minute. I was like, "Yo, send me. I like the jeans you're wearing. Can you give me another? Can you give me a pair of them?" That's good gear. I'm not gonna knock his gear. There's always around the car or like a pool. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, my God, must be nice. You know what I mean? I can't go on Instagram anymore sometimes. You know what I mean? The lifestyles, I just can't.
No, you're not wrong.
When I brought Tori on, I said, Tori, I don't know if you're still dating the guy, but I said, listen, when she's like, oh, I don't know, my boyfriend always says I'm on the phone a lot. I said, well, no, okay.
We didn't work out.
No problem. But I got to reference it. So your boyfriend at the time said, and I quote, or no, I told him for you to tell him, and I quote, well, when we got infinity pools overlooking the Pacific, right? Then everybody's going to beat on the phones, right? Then everybody's like, oh, all the time spent on your phone really paid. You know what I mean? The first thing I'll say to Len is when she's laying out, overlooking the water is, remember all them days on the phone? I know they were tough. Yeah. Put your feet up. You need anything? Can I get you anything?
I did relay the message to him, but
yeah, I'm sure that
I don't think he saw the grand scheme of things. So.
Yeah, now I'm the reason. Now I'm putting right in the middle of this.
Yeah. Now I'm
This guy-
single because of A2D.
This guy's talking infinity pools. Who the fuck is this guy? Infinity. I've never been in one. I just want to, you know what I mean? I probably go to, we're all inclusive cats over here. So, I mean, maybe I can get
Absolutely.
But Len never wants to go to the upcharge. Like, I'm in like, if we're going.
Ralph, have you ever been on a plane?
Yeah, dude.
Whoa.
I love how Ralph's the one that's like, yeah, I love the all inclusive.
That's aggressive, Greg.
I invited
Bro,
you to go.
I didn't think you needed to leave Delco except for to come to the studio.
Yeah.
I
The
saw him
guy
on the
literally
boardwalk.
sitting in the dark without a ceiling behind him is the one talking about all
I
inclusive.
told you
right
what
now.
we're doing with the goddamn lights. I'm not explaining myself.
You're here to explain yourself, Ralph.
Well, the
Yeah.
audience wants to know, what are you doing with the wall?
Yeah, you got construction?
What are you doing, Ralph? The audience wants to know. Tell
We're
us.
replacing the lights.
It takes 7 weeks.
Dude, we're doing it little by little, guys.
You've had that there since I've known you.
Oh, with
Ralph.
every little piece of ceiling tile, like you take like a quarter of a piece of ceiling tile.
It's like, well, Tom,
What
you know
happened?
this. You know how Ralph does construction. You know what I'm saying? When we did the studio, he's being, he's got to hold up the panel and then he's gonna start freaking out.
Yeah, you couldn't even hold up a piece
I
of shit.
can't hold it any longer.
Okay.
And everybody got sick like 3 days later. Then we all had corona back then. What's Spillman saying? The ump?
Yeah, he definitely did. He squeezed Snell for a couple strike threes.
On who?
One was Taylor, and then one was whoever was just in front of Taylor who walked. What was it, Kike Hernandez?
Okay, so nobody really that's worth squeezing over. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
Who
What
on
was
the
the score for tomorrow?
Me?
Yeah.
31-17.
Gotcha.
All right, who's next?
All right,
Frank?
somebody else can go.
I'll go.
Dynasty, real quick, Frank, real quick. Dynasty, who are you talking about? Snell? Talking about Blake? Get
Or
Blake
my
on the show?
ex-boyfriend.
Or the ex-boyfriend? We could talk. We could try to rekindle. We could have a whole show about rekindling.
We're going to have a whole show. We should have a whole show revolving around my dating history. It'll be quite a thing.
How long are we going to need, Torque? Because it lets us about 4 hours per.
So I'm 33 years old, so about 33 hours.
It'll be like an interrogation. We'll get the flashlight. We'll be like,
I'll be like August 2012.
Yeah.
Wildwood, New
where were
Jersey.
you on this date? Where were you?
We start bringing out
No idea.
the diary. He thinks he's getting real aggressive. He start reading some
The
things
guys are
off.
trying to go into hiding.
Oh, Don.
You know how we get off and talking. The Ralph's falling through the roof. If he fell through the roof, 27 panels would be down. The whole basement would be done if he fell through the roof. And no disrespect, Ralph. If I fell through a roof.
No,
everything-
dude, you're not lying.
Yeah.
God damn it!
How did you do that so fast?
It's a great movie.
I know.
Good movie.
Was that Bad Boy?
It is.
What?
Bad Boys? What are you? Wow, you should be Bad Boys way too many times.
I need a minute. I need a friggin' minute. Are you kidding me?
Wasn't it
Prison.
called Tory 34? You have no idea.
What if I told you that the relationships didn't work?
Oh my God, so good.
Or the one
Wait, that
guy,
movie
Tor-
was... Which one?
the guy yesterday, he came right in hot, like it was literally he was on it.
Like Borat.
He was like, "Oh, I'm single. I live here." Gave his address out. Guy was like, he pinged you. You know what I mean? He's like, "Ping," and you're like, "Oh, there you are." He sent his location to you.
Like,
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough to swallow that one. Tough to see.
and this is the reason I'm single.
Could be the internet.
Good time. But wait, question. Could be a lot of things, actually. Never mind. We're not going to go there. But wait, that movie was Bad Boys. That was with Will Smith. Wasn't it?
That clip right there?
Yeah.
What clip was it? I froze for a second.
It was when he broke the pool.
Oh, yeah.
Grown-ups.
Grown-ups.
The same clip happened with Will Smith and what was the other guy?
You might be right.
Bad Boys 2 at the end of Bad Boys 1.
Yeah.
No, it is
Bad
two.
boys. Same thing happened with the pool. So
Yeah. No, you're
thank you.
different scene, but you're right.
Thank
No,
you.
same.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry,
All
I'm
making me
apologetic.
feel crazy.
Yep, apologetic.
Thank you.
Joseph says Eagles by 20.
Two. Bad boys 2.
Eagles by 20, no notes. Yeah, you don't need them for this one. Shouldn't need notes for this game. Frank,
Here we go, Frank.
apologetic to you. We go off on tangents.
Sorry, Frank.
It's okay. Go Birds! I got the Eagles winning 30-14.
Come on.
My offensive player of the game, give me Greg Ward. My defensive player of the game, I'm going to go with let's go with Brandon Graham, and the player that I think will step up and have a fun time. Give me Nate Herbig, please.
Oh, yeah. Great pick, Frank.
And
All
then
right.
let's go with offensive line. Guard.
Offensive line, Frank.
Guard.
Well, listen, I will give Frank credit. He picked Jordan Mailata a few weeks ago. Ever since he picked Jordan Mailata, the guy acts like he's playing rugby again. Like he's
Good
that
job,
good.
Frank.
Yeah, he's been that good.
Thank
He's been
God.
that good. So,
That
Frank.
clip of him throwing the DB from the other game is hysterical
Ooh.
because he throws him like he's nothing.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
rugby is
that
a
was
great
good.
sport to watch. I mean, me following, I tend to follow New Zealand rugby a little bit.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, love the All Blacks.
of course.
Doesn't shut.
you love the what?
Because they
The
wear
All
black
Blacks.
jerseys.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're-
The Haka, the All Blacks. Gotta,
loves
gotta
their
love
jerseys.
rugby.
Hey, Frank,
Love
what's your defensive player of the game, Frank?
He said
I-
BJ.
I said
Brandon.
I
BJ.
just wanted him to say something else. I just wanted.
Oh, you want me to scream as I give my predictions, or
I don't care, Frank. I can't control you. You're over there.
Frank, I'm going to tell you,
Uncontrollable.
I've known you for a long time, Frank. Really, I have. And that's the best thing you've ever done, I think. And, like, they make me cry. Like, you made me cry. Like, there were some tears because I know what you were doing.
I'm so proud.
Not many people knew what you were doing there. I know exactly what you were doing, and that was perfect timing. You were talking about hitting the trends, Frank. You were talking about hitting trends.
bringing the trends. I was.
Was he
gonna
making fun of somebody?
I was going to put the T-shirt man, Travis Fulgham, as my player of the game, but I didn't want to go on the road to
Now I get
make
it. Now I
everything
get it.
go downhill. So you know what? Why not?
Now I get it.
I need to have a little
Beautiful.
fun on Wednesday.
I'm not gonna be able to leave my house for a week now.
It's okay.
All right. That takes the out of his job. I can't. Go ahead, Frank. Please continue to go. I got to take a second. I got to.
Frank, were you done? That was epic.
Can we rewind it and do it again?
I'm going.
No.
I didn't
28
appreciate it fully the first time.
We can't replay. You can replay it on the podcast when you watch
I
it
will.
tomorrow.
Where at, Greg?
Apple Podcast, Spreaker, Spotify, Google Play,
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.
Uh,
Everywhere you get your major
Billy
podcast.
Drinkers.
And if you're just a social junkie, it's on all of them platforms these days. Like, it doesn't disappear from Facebook, doesn't disappear from YouTube, doesn't disappear from Twitter. Just here to help the people.
Absolutely.
He's around. It's good and bad. All right, I'm back out of here for a minute.
My score prediction is going to be 28-24 Birds. This is going to be a tight one. I'm not very confident, but I think we do win, obviously. My offensive player of the game will be – I mean, who's left, right? I'm going to go Corey Clement.
That's
Just because there's no one left.
bold.
And let's be real, right? Let's be real. If
Trying to go
if he gets hurt,
this shit. I'm literally getting up. You don't even pick him as like the guy like that comes out of nowhere.
I'm trying to pick someone different because everyone's been picked.
I'm just trying to go use the bathroom for a second.
So go.
I name out of the hat, Greg.
Every time this happens, you do this shit. Like I feel like
And don't you know that I can't pick a legit guy because more than likely he's going to get hurt.
Makes sense.
Okay, so you
why
want
don't we
Corey
just go
Clement
with
to
our
get hurt?
third running back and we'll be good?
second, by the way.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
Two hole. That is a two hole.
My defensive player of the game. We will go with Sean Bradley.
Oh, I like it.
Oh.
Opposite side. I got you. All right.
And
I want to love him because he's so local.
Hey, he lives 15 minutes from where I live, so
Yeah, he went to what high school was that?
RV.
Yeah,
Same
RV.
high school as Irving Fryer and Franco Harris.
And he went to Temple. Let's go.
And he went to Temple.
he's Temple tough.
We the T.
Yes.
Even though I'm not a Temple alum.
And my player that no one has ever heard of, which is a lot of people on the Eagles.
The whole team.
Yeah.
We're a player that I don't expect. I'm going to go with Hassan Ridgeway.
Whole team.
Son Ridgeway. Is he even playing?
Yeah. It's the other
Well,
defensive tackle.
we are 7 weeks into the NFL season, and oh my goodness, this is bad. This is bad. This is so bad. I don't care what anybody says. The injuries we have does not compare to what everybody else has.
No,
No, you're right on that.
not even.
You're
close.
down to. We got our starting right tackle back, but he's not at 100%.
No.
Right? You're down to your
He'll probably leave the game.
Well, Greg, did you see the report today that the doctors are still saying maybe he should take another 2 weeks off? And he's like,
absolutely.
I love Lane for that. I love saying I just want to get back out there and just play and keep Carson upright.
Yeah, no.
Even when the doctors are saying maybe you should take another 2 weeks off, Lane's like, I'll go
But
back.
to me, that says he's not going to make it through the game.
You don't think so?
No. Because I'm just used to Alshon coming back, Deshaun. I'm used to everyone coming back, and they never make it through a full game.
Joey, I misread your comment as big booty, and thank goodness I double-checked while I was reading that.
Yo, you are.
Sorry.
Right.
I was reading quick.
Frank, there's some things that
Big
we
booty
just
on the mind.
we just keep things to ourselves sometimes, Frank. We just think them and we don't say them, especially on live radio.
I read it a
in front of
little
like
too
1,000 people.
quickly.
But you weren't reading it out loud, so you could have kept it to yourself.
Yeah, like
could've
you
kept it to
started
myself.
saying it.
I'm like, what did he say?
Right,
Like, I had to double check. I had to double check to make sure it wasn't what I thought it was. I'm like,
it
big
definitely
body.
wasn't that. It
Definitely wasn't that.
It wasn't
Big
that
body.
at all. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. I actually agree with Brian today.
Big booty on the brain.
Next, whoever wants to go next and get us away from whatever the hell that conversation was. A second ago.
I like that conversation.
Well. I'm just gonna mute my mic now.
All right. So I'll go. I'm gonna go Eagles. Not by a lot. It's not gonna be a blowout. Because we can't forget that we suck. I'm gonna go. I see us getting some points. I'm gonna say 27-21. Offensive player in the game. No one said Carson Wentz, so I'm gonna go my boy Carson Wentz, who I will die for. Defense. I can't. I'm gonna go Hargrave because I feel like he's due. He got paid. He hasn't done nothing.
You would think so, right? Yep.
He needs to do something. Let's go. Somebody that no one's heard of. I'm gonna go Crom. The
best part of that. I'm sorry. The best part of that game on Sunday was he was open for literally 10 minutes.
Oh my
And
God!
Carson's
right.
like dodging defenders, and he looks up. He goes, "Wait, is T.O. or Jordan Matthews back on our team and just standing in the corner of the end zone, like wide open? Okay,
Dude,
I'll throw it
Crom-
to this guy."
Crom was like just dropped there, like from outer space. Even for Carson, he was like, "Oh shit, when did this guy come on the team?" All right. But also, can we talk about how J.J. Arcega-Whiteside picked up Miles Sanders' ball in the end zone? It was just like, that was amazing.
He was
That's
plus 2,000 to score a touchdown too the other night, and that obviously allowed people who bet that to hit. I'm not lucky enough to do that, but there was people that
I
bet
did that
him
like
to
3
score a
weeks
touchdown,
ago. Yeah.
and that's how they got
But
it.
how
That's
come
amazing.
whenever he touches the ball, though, he acts like he's never touched a ball in his life. He acts like a little kid where you're
'Cause
like,
he's
all right, now
never
run
done
over there with the ball. It's just embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing, to be honest. But all right, yeah. So my person no one knows about is Crom again because he scored a touchdown last week. So let's go again. I'm done. Ariana.
I'm gonna have to go 24-21. I don't think we're gonna score
close.
34 points in a division game. I think both teams are gonna come out like too strong for that. Like, cause the loser, whoever loses, like they just know they're gonna get shit on for so long. Like, it's bad versus worse. I don't think we're not gonna blow them out. There's no way. I'm gonna have to go with my offensive player as Fulgham because he's hot. Like he's doing so well and he's not overpaid. I think he's gonna come out strong. I don't know. I like guys like that. That's my style. If he's on a roll, I think he's gonna continue, especially because he's not getting paid as much as like everyone else. And for my defensive player, I hope our defense plays so well as a unit that it's gonna be too tough to pick one. I don't think anyone.
That's a good answer.
The whole defense. The whole
That's
defense.
what I'm saying. I don't see anyone standing out amongst the rest. Like, we're playing the Giants. Come on.
Yeah,
I really hope it's going to be too tough.
I would hope that'd be nice.
Yeah.
like once in a while where you're like, man, everybody played good today.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm leaning for.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, finally. Took you 7 weeks to show up.
Exactly.
Better late than never. Jesus Christ.
No.
No, the Fulgham stuff's right too because he has incentive. You know, sometimes we talk about competition being important to young kids. We talk about, you know, all that stuff, right? When stuff's given to you, it gets easy, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some people it doesn't. They continue to be grinders.
That's why we love practice fun.
Yeah, and that's their MO. But some guys have to do it the other way, right? Some guys don't get picked up by scouts like other guys. They don't fall in love with them for whatever reasons, right? And it could be off the field stuff. And I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying, for example, it could be off the field stuff. It could be their stupid Wonderlic bullshit that they do. It could be any of that kind of stuff where it makes some people just like, that's, you know, not in love with this guy for whatever reason. And they sneak through, you know, and this is a guy who could have easily snuck through. I mean, he has the body, he has the hands, he has all them things as an NFL wide receiver. So you're wondering why everybody missed on him. And I'll keep saying it. Carson loves the bigger targets. He just always has. And he did the same thing with Alshon. Like, could that be? We thought JJ was going to be his next Alshon. Doesn't seem to be aging well. So maybe Travis is. You know what I mean? Maybe he is. Maybe he is. And listen, I hope that I don't hope that them T-shirts sell because of the people selling them. But I hope that, you know, I hope that there's becomes a love affair. I got no problem with whoever it is wearing Eagles green, you know, being a stud. It doesn't matter who it is. So if it's him, so be it.
You're like me.
Careful,
Like, you can't say they're a stud after one game. They have a solid year. Call them a stud. Yeah.
Dominic, that's a great question.
I'm not doing this right now.
Yeah, Ralph, I'm just
Andre
this is a fantastic question, Ralph. I mean, the people want to know.
How is your son doing, Ralph?
Yeah,
how's rehab going?
The rehab's going nice.
Does he have enough tissues?
He's probably on an all-inclusive.
He's going to be back. Don't you worry. And he's the left tackle for the franchise. Going to be moving forward for a very long time.
I don't know. I mean,
Jordan Mailata, the rugby guy, might have just taken it.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endless that you fear.
Oh my God! I hate this show. I really do hate Wednesdays.
Wait, when did we get you singing on there? Is that new?
Dude, That was made. What was that at the beginning of the season, right, Rye? When he got hurt.
I have nothing to do with it. I have no idea. I don't know.
I
don't know why
remember
you're
the
asking me.
graphic. I never heard the singing part. So that's
No,
beautiful.
yeah,
That's
he's
fucking
singer,
beautiful.
rough.
The one
That's
thing
what
that
that is.
kills me is the ghost part. The ghost part just kills me. With
I
the
know.
pottery.
With the yeah.
Love Ghost,
with the little nodding and the little I love
Yeah.
you. And the pottery.
Ralph, did we make that after? Was it after they tied the Bengals, or was it before the season? When did we make that?
It was before. It was
before the
before the
Before the
season.
season.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it? Okay.
It was like a day after he got hurt.
Wow.
Yeah.
This
Beautiful.
has been a very interesting show today.
What's this about?
Who says love doesn't exist?
No, it's just he's just bamboozling us.
Fake news.
What? That's not
Fake
even
news.
funny.
Yeah.
Who puts out news at 10:30 on a Wednesday night?
Yeah. I don't know, something about Manny Machado signing the deal with the Phillies. I don't
Frank,
know.
no one's gonna get that reference. Frank, no one's
Of
gonna
course,
get that.
nobody's going to get the reference. People who witnessed it have seen the reference.
Oh, I get the.
Eagles will come out with an injury at 10:30 at night on a Wednesday.
Right.
You know what I mean? No, I mean,
Yeah.
I totally back that message. That's why I had to bring it up. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, well, this could be true. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. They came out and said, Carson's hurt this week. Hurts is the guy. And then he comes out and throws for like 350 somehow against a slop defense. And now we have the biggest quarterback controversy in the history of Philadelphia sports.
Howie probably hired that doctor that punctures lungs with needles, right?
Oh my, we're Tyrod Taylor.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I brought that up in an interview the other day, and I don't know if it aged well. But that's fine.
Sounds like a sensitive subject, but
Yeah, like I just brought it up. The guy, you know, he's out on the West Coast and he does radio out there, and he was on Saturday, and I was like, well, you know, I like the way Justin Herbert's played, and I made a joke of like the puncturing of the lung or whatever the hell they're puncturing, and I just thought it was like a good segue. You know what I mean? Like good segue. It happened. They didn't make it up. You know what I mean? And the guy was like, oh, well, he skipped over it, and then he proceeded to tell me Jalen Hurts is the quarterback of the future, and things.
well, like that's when you go back to like let's talk about that lung again.
Yeah, I didn't. Once Hurts was the quarterback of the future, it sort of semi lost me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it sort of lost me. So I didn't want to circle back to the joke. It didn't age well. So the next question we have for everybody is: are the Eagles buyers or sellers at the deadline? And if they're sellers, what direction do they go? And if they're buyers, what direction do they go? Well, listen, if they're buyers, there's one direction you have to go, and that's Julio Jones. You know what I mean? If you're a buyer and Julio Jones is on the market and available, I do everything in my power to make sure he's a Philadelphia Eagle. Like the way I know how my quarterback handles big targets, and the guy is still a top 5 receiver in football. So I know how and he's a freak. So I think he can play till he's 40. You know what I mean? So the fact that my receiver loves big targets and he can take a top off a defense, he catches everything in that radius we talk about, right? His catch radius is ridiculous. I do everything in my power to go get my quarterback that stud number 1 wide receiver. And we can think that's Travis Fulgham, and that's fine. But I've still got to go out and get my guy, a legitimate star in this league, if I have the ability to go out and do it. And if Atlanta's in a fire sale, you're going to be able to get guys cheaper than you would if they weren't, right? So if I'm a buyer, that's the direction I go. I know people are going to tell me, I knew this was going to come tonight, Bobby. I knew about it,
I already picked them up in fantasy.
My friend.
I love it.
See you, Frank.
See you, Frank.
And one last thing. Go Birds!
Wow.
So, yeah,
I'm not saying anything.
Cameron, I'm not sitting there telling you that they're going to get him. I'm telling you what I would do. People misinterpret. I'm telling you what I would do, right? This is why I would be a better GM than him. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's a story for another day. But that's what I would do. I know, Slay thought Antonio Brown is the only one I'm after. And I got to ask you, with all the extra, I don't know.
I take him too over Julio.
Wow, you're taking.
I don't know if I take him over Julio.
You guys are taking Julio right now. If they're all the extra. Wow. Wow.
There's way
Julio.
worse out there in this league that are playing football right now.
I'm not saying they're
No, they're all on our team.
No, I mean like worse, like people wise. People wise.
Oh yeah. We don't have a bunch of scumbags, at least that I know of.
Yeah.
Well, you guys can get into the AB stuff
Yeah.
if that's what you're picking. I'll save that for you guys, and I'll just tell you if I'm a seller, I'm moving. I got to move Fletcher Cox. I got to move. I got to move Zach Ertz. I got to figure out a way to move Alshon. I got to move. I'm a fire sale cat then. Everything. It's a flea market. The yard.
It's crazy too because I was looking at this yesterday, and they are obviously we know there's 70 million or 69 million over the cap next year, but it's insane that the only people you can get rid of are the high end guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
I just don't know how you're going to be
get
a
rid
buyer.
of everybody down low to keep the high guys because you're going to keep some sort of numbers around. So yeah, I mean you're right,
gonna
Tom.
have
It's
to
got to be those guys, and unfortunately, I think you got to bank on a guy like Jason Kelsey retiring, right? You know what I mean? So that cap comes off. You got to bank or try and talk Deshaun into retiring, so that number comes off instead of you know what I mean, like. And I know it's not going to happen, but that's got to be those types of discussions. Or you're absolutely right. Zach's gone, Fletch is gone. You know what I mean? You can start restructuring all you want, but that's not going to solve the issue.
Yeah,
because we're so much, right? We're too far to restructure everybody. Now I think Carson gets restructured. You know what I mean? And stuff like that to help, but we're not going to get enough to shave 70 million off the cap.
and that's one of the things too is like you go into the trade deadline and it's like how are you buyers when you have that much in debt next year, 70 million in debt next year? So how can you be a buyer? The only way you can be a buyer is if you, like Greg said, if you can trade one of your higher money salary guys.
No. You could be a buyer for a year. You're up against it next year. You have to try to win this year. You're almost forced to go the opposite if you think you can compete. What do I think they're going to be? Right now, I got to see how they play tomorrow night.
But what's one guy out there that can come in for a rental for 1 year? Because if you trade for Julio Jones, you're not having him for a rental.
No, you're not having for a rental, but then you can move other things next year. After the year, you can still trade in the offseason. It's still allowed.
No, I totally understand that. I understand that.
I'm just joking around about it, but like you can trade in the all season, so it doesn't have to be done in season. You can go all in, try to win, blah 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 blah, and then sell in the off season too. So where do I think they're going to be? If they lose tomorrow night, then I think they're big time sellers. If they win tomorrow night, then I know it's cliche, but I think they become buyers. In some fashion. Do I think it's Julio? I don't know. That's just who I would go after. So.
Well, I'll give you guys a name, and it's not necessarily a name that I'd want because his name now is not nearly as valuable as it was, this time last year and especially a couple of years ago. But when you look at a team, and the Falcons are definitely one of them, teams that are obviously not going to win right now. They're trying to unload on a lot of things, trying to get picks, et cetera, et cetera. AJ Green? I think AJ Green's a more realistic name because if you look at that wide receiver court, they're absolutely loaded over there. And like the people that are like talking about John Ross, I look past John Ross and they're like, oh, that makes sense. I look at AJ Green. The Eagles have tried to get him the last couple of years. They've tried. They haven't been successful. Now, I'm not overly excited about it because do we really know he's the same player? And two, if he's injured everywhere else, he's going to end up getting injured here.
That's why I don't take him, just because I just feel like he'll get hurt. But I mean, I wouldn't be against any talent at this point. You know what I mean? So that's where I stand. So you guys tell me, are you buyers or sellers at the deadline?
Just real quick on the AJ, he would be a 1 year guy. He's a free agent after this year, so that would be a quick, true rental side of it. The only reason, Tom, I would entertain AB outside of a Julio is all you have to do is sign AB, right? You don't have to give anything up. And I'm not opposed to giving up, for Julio because I agree with you. I think he's a top flight wide receiver and instantly helps Carson. What do I think they'd be? Just because of where they're at, I agree it's all going to depend on how they play this week. Thankfully, the trade deadline is right during their bye week.
Mhm.
I think it's like the 4th or 5th, right?
Yes.
Which is during their bye week. So it allows them to play these 2 division games and see where they're at. There are scenarios where you can be both, right? You could sell and get rid of some of that money that you need to get out while also potentially getting something back. Like, for example, you could trade Fletcher Cox and trade for Julio Jones. But ultimately, depending on how they play, I think they're going to be buyers just because they're going to think that they have a chance that they can win this division. And rightfully so. Right now, everyone should have a chance to win this division.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I know we kind of talked about it a little bit last week to where, like, and granted, it's now even more difficult because Zach Ertz is injured, so where, like, that's, the likelihood of trading him is kind of out the window, big time, because you're not going to trade an injured player, especially if you're trying to get a return for him. So, like I said last week, if the Eagles get an offer for, let's say, a Fletcher Cox or any of these players that we're willing to get rid of, they shouldn't scoff at the idea based off of, it's going to hurt us this year. I completely agree with what you're saying, Tom, because everything that they've done up until this point should lean to, hey, we need to win right now. We should be winning right now, and especially given this division. Would I take Julio Jones? Yes. I mean, if anyone wouldn't take Julio Jones, I mean, what are we doing? But I just think, given there's going to be so many people going after him, and I think it's going to be so hard of a task to get him, I'm going to circle the wagon. I'll go back to the guy I know we kind of talked a lot about, 6-7 months ago, because I think it's even more realistic now, a younger guy. And I'm not saying I would give away 5 picks for him, but I would really look into really doing this because you can build with him going forward. And I believe he's that much of a game changer that he can help you now. You call up the Jaguars, DJ Chark. Whatever they want. If it's reasonable, give me DJ Chark. Still a young kid. I don't believe he's a rental. Greg, if you want to pull up his contract, I believe he still have a couple more years of control.
His rookie
Yeah,
contract.
I think he's still on his rookie deal.
So it's not like you're paying an arm and a leg. It's not, a massive cap hit.
Yeah, he's still on a rookie deal. You probably have to give up a first or a second, which is fine. We don't draft well anyway. So
DJ Chark.
Give up a freaking Ertz, Zach Ertz, a second, a third. I don't care, because guess what? We'll say the same thing we said 6 months ago. If you're giving away picks,
sorry, I was reading something Victoria said. My bad.
Oh, gotcha.
It's on me.
If they give away picks, it doesn't bother me if they give away picks, because the guy making the draft picks, he can't draft. So what am I missing out on? A guy who's going to end up sucking in 2 years?
Yeah, you're right. I'm in on Chark, but I'd also give a first round for Julio too. Like, I'm just in agreement.
Absolutely.
But I love Chark. Always been a fan. Just productive guy. So I'll take production anywhere we can get it. And my thoughts on guys under the age of 26 that are already productive. I will trade picks all day and twice on draft day for productive guys in rookie deals that already prove they can play. All the time.
And I'll add this one little thing too, which again goes to where I think it's even going to be more realistic. I know this because I draft him in fantasy, so I've seen his production just plummet the last couple weeks as my fantasy team continues to plummet. They are using him even more, less and less. They're using Keelan Cole and Laviska Shenault. Like, they're using those guys, and I'm not saying they're transferring DJ Chark out of the lineup per se, but they're already showing they really want to give the spotlight to these other guys. So when you have all these other pieces and they're falling in love with all these other guys, maybe you can get them for a little cheaper. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, you never know. All right, Ariana, you want to go? What would you do if you're a seller at the deadline? Who goes?
Ertz and Jackson.
And I think you can get something obviously for Ertz, and I think there's always a team out there that'd be like, okay, he'd come here and be healthy. In terms of Jackson, like, we get him, he'd be healthy here. It's just
the Grim Reaper.
What I could see a landing spot for him though, if you did trade Deshaun Jackson, somebody was interested, and just throwing it out there because he's from around there, is the Rams. I can see the Rams throwing him right in the slot with Cooper Kupp and just saying, "Okay, stop us."
Yeah.
You didn't put him on the outside.
Did he play there for a little bit or no?
No.
No.
But I think he'd be like that if that team wanted to say, "Hey, we want to be even more explosive offensively." I could just see it. That's all. I could see it because they could use the.
Jesus.
I love him. Guess Wills every Sunday agree disagree.
What up, Wills?
And then Will says, "What's up, everyone? Eagles win by double digits tomorrow. I have no reason as
No.
That's a
Why?
bold statement, Wilson.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel."
Willie Vegas means he lost. We lost.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I do feel him now. Slay says Ingram is putting up 100 yards. That's why. Yeah, I can see that happening too. And James says we definitely need a linebacker, cornerback. Deion Jones would be nice, or Miles Jack. Both of them would
Ooh,
love.
Miles Jack.
There we go.
I'll take him.
I'll take Deion Jones too. So I mean,
Yeah. Can we get both?
I know everybody's saying, like Bobby's saying, another lockdown corner or looking for a linebacker, but that's starting to act like your GM's actually going to look for a linebacker.
Dude, I want a running back.
Why? They have Boston Scott. Why? They have Boston Scott.
Dude,
Sorry.
I love Boston Scott. I know this, but like as a number 2, Miles is out now. Miles is always out. I don't know.
Well,
Believe in the Penn State boy.
Like,
No, I agree.
I love him. I want him to
He's
succeed,
not-
but he's always hurt.
He's not Saquon. He doesn't go.
No.
He goes horizontally. Doesn't go vertical. Like he always
Yeah.
just like sidesteps and it doesn't get anywhere.
And then fumbles.
The past 2 games, though, he
Exactly.
did have
Again.
one real good run. Yeah, besides the fumble, luckily was a touchdown.
he just shut up and hold on to the football. He just shut up and hold on to the football. He just shut up and hold on to the football.
MVP.
Listen, I preach confidence. I preach visualizing. I swear to God, I preach that. I think it means so much to athletes at every level, right? Be confident and visualize great things. We can never visualize bad things. We got to visualize great things.
Yeah.
No, but you can't come out to the media and literally talk about being an MVP candidate. Come on. Just be smarter than that. Nothing good comes out of saying that to the media. Keep that internal. Say that to your friends. Say that to the guys in the locker room. You know, that's fine. But to come out to the media and put that out there we talk about putting weight of the world on athletes, right? You don't want the weight of the world on your shoulders. Most people crumble under them circumstances, right? So you put that weight of the world on your shoulders by saying that, because guys like myself will remember it. All right, I will remember it, and I will hunt you down for it, even though I love you. I love him. You guys know how I feel about Miles. I love Miles. I'm not Chuck's in love with him. Like I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? I'm not there. I mean, he can never do anything wrong to Uncle Chuck's, and that's fine. We all have our kids. We all have our kids. We all have our kids. You know, I have my own. You know, Ryan Howard was a guy who was a kid of mine. Right now.
Yeah.
Oh, where do we start?
Boston Scott.
Travis Fulgham.
No. Carson's my child.
stepson.
Blake Snell.
Blake, Carson, Baker.
Double, Baker.
Please.
Wow, quite a family, like a Brady bunch.
Listen, I got some guys that
Joel.
I'm a bravado cat. Maybe you can tell. Like I like my athletes being confident. Like I'll tell you all the time. When they took Twitter away from Joel Embiid, he didn't play as good. So you tell him, you know what I mean?
Agreed.
You let guys be who they are. He's a talker.
Let
Let
him
him-
have fun. Yes.
If he wants to choke out Carl Anthony Towns every time he sees him, he doesn't need to get called in to into the office, the principal's office. Okay, he's your franchise guy. If they think they're a little physical, you let him be who he is. You don't expect it every night, but they have a history. Let the history play out because it makes him the guy he is. The guy gave him the jungle. I mean, he's talking about fighting lions. Let him be a little aggressive on Twitter. I mean, come on, that's his nature.
I love it.
I love what he says on Twitter. Like, I soak it in. And he always backed it. You can say whatever you want about Joel Embiid. When he talks shit on Twitter, he backed it. Right? And if he did it, I'd be the first guy hunting down my son, because he's my son. And I would tell him, Joe, we don't do that in this household. Right? Because if you're not productive, we can't talk. Right? But if you're productive, talk all the time. Miles, again, we talk about body of work in sports. Body of work.
Wow, you got your whole list here.
Okay.
Ryan Howard was. Sidney Jones was a son.
Jones.
Sidney Jones can play, though, FYI. but Sydney's was a semi-son. He wasn't like he was adopted. And then
Wilson, you forgot about Marcus Smith, Wilson.
I was never a Marcus Smith like guy. I thought he could get after the quarterback. No. Marcus Smith's a great guy too. I follow him one time.
No shots. I'm just saying.
Now I'm going to pull the class act card on you. There's a lot of them. Howard was like my a really true love when it comes to Philly sports. I loved Ryan Howard. He was a carrier. He was a carrier.
Oh God.
What'd you say?
Said you loved how much he struck out.
Well, listen. I mean, it was that Rico Brogan. So when I talk about corner position players, you're paid to hit the ball out of the ballpark. You're paid to drive in runs. You're not Case Ottley.
Yeah, once every 10 at bats. Like there's.
I like this. This is good.
Let's go.
Of course, you guys are all going
to Sip your tea, Tom.
No.
I'm down the cricket too. One of them.
No, there's one dead over there. I freaked out.
Is it better?
No, but to Ariana's point, you're not wrong. Like the strikeouts became an issue, right? Like the strikeouts became the trend of where I had to understand why people got on them. I didn't have to like it, but I had to understand it, and I had to just remind people that the guy's clutch too. Like I looked at his home runs as never being hollow home runs. His home runs always came in big spots. He was a carrier in that sense. Like Reese Hoskins hits home runs up 8-0, and he's running around the bases like that. You know what I mean? Like I love you, Reese, but come on. You know what I mean? Like you're up 8-0.
I can agree with.
I don't need it. But Howard just felt like in the big moments he came up big, and Jimmy was a son. Jimmy Rounds was a son of mine.
Who was my son? Jason Worth. My first and only. My first and only son.
Oh, can I tell you what I met?
You have no idea about my love affair.
I threw J-Dub a beer in the parade, and he drank it.
Pat Barrel.
Many a J-Dub stories.
Pat Barrel on a Clydesdale cheered my buddy. Like they right at us. Barrel on a Clydesdale, right? But Tori, I met Jason Worth at Perfect Game in Georgia last summer. He was coaching a team down there. I'm like, is that Jesus? Like we just got done playing.
Coaches a team in Georgia?
No, we're at a Perfect Game event in Georgia. So like,
I was gonna say I'm finding that team.
So Jason Worth was, and I was like, is that Jason Worth? And I'm like, looking, and we just got done playing. I don't remember if we won or lost.
He threw me a ball in Washington from 60 feet away, and I caught it barehanded with my left hand.
Is that like waiting for the tooth fairy? Is that like sitting under the belt?
I caught it like this. Bare. I still got it. He's find it the next year.
I love the hands, soft hands. Like in
bare.
It, right? He's soft with him. So I was like Jason Worth. I got it. Like I went up to him. I was like, "Yo," I said, I don't mean to be. I don't mean to just throw this out there, but thanks for 2008. And he's like, "Listen," he said, "Best city in the world. Nobody talks about how great it is." And it was the time that moment I will never forget for the rest of my life. Just coming down Broad Street. Like the fact that he went right to like coming down Broad Street, all that stuff. I'm like, oh man, can I just give you a hug? I wanted to be like, can I just give you a hug?
Did you get a picture with him?
No, because I'm just not that. It's not who I am. I'm not. You know what I mean? I got.
That's me 100%. I'm like picture, autograph. Let's get a drink later. I need your social media accounts.
What up, Pop?
What up, Pop?
I'm gonna avoid like the hit. Like then I feel like I'm hitting on him. Like, can we get a pic? Like, you know what I mean, like you just went and hit him. You're talking about drinks. You're talking about hotel rooms. I mean, you're talking about a lot of
Hey, nobody said a hotel room. Okay?
Listen, I would take one for the team. For the fame alone, I would take this.
We'll keep this for APG after dark, okay?
Yeah, I'm just going to after dark here right here. I would literally take one for the team, just for the fame, right? Just for the fame.
You would.
I would get in a scandal with a male athlete. You know what I mean? Like
that's huge.
I wish Wilson was listening. We always used to joke about that.
I would get in a scandal with a male athlete. Oh,
love my wife. She'll understand the money. She'll understand the money involved. It's all big picture.
You get the buyout, dude. There's a buyout.
No, you're gonna be like, do you want an
infinity pool? Shut up. They're gonna pay me to shut up.
You want an infinity pool?
You want that? I'm looking at an island right now. You want the whole damn island? We'll go after the big fish. You know what I mean?
USC's got Fight Island. Tom's got Tom Island.
Get Mike Trout.
Entanglement.
Right. This is why we're the best. This is why we're the best around, because we can do all this crap. Circle back to sports. Go off on tangents. Circle back to sports. This is why we're the best. This is why it becomes a free for all, and that's what you want here. You want to listen to people with a whole freaking script in front of them and reading off a damn prompter. Be my guest.
Yeah, this is
I'm done with prompter cats. Too many. I could go on a whole list. I mean, freaking E-Rock. E-Rock's like a Hollywood production. I mean, I feel like he's got cue cards up. There's like cue cards telling him what to read. Like it's all pre-written out. Like, grow up. All these guys. Now, don't disrespect the people who read all prompters. Just the people I don't like that read all prompters. There's a difference. A lot of great people that read all, like Tucker Carlton. I love Tucker. Probably shouldn't say it on Facebook. I'll probably get smoked now.
I love Tucker too.
The whole thing's gonna get shut down, but I love Tucker. I'm not talking politics at all tonight.
Do you know every day when I call my mom? Whenever I call my mom, if it's 8 o'clock, she goes.
Make sure we salute right.
If I call my mom at 8 o'clock, she goes. She goes, "What do you want? Tucker's on," and hangs up on me. Oh shit! We got the wife in here.
That's the best. I wasn't saying you. I was saying me. I mean, I don't know. I can take that.
Now that's off the table.
I don't know. I mean, how many infinity pools are we talking?
Like
how
a
many
moat. Moat.
We talking about own a resort in the DR? Like, I'm in. Like, if the whole resort's ours, I'm in. What would y'all do? You know what, dude? I would tell my team to do a better job. That's all. Like, I'm a simple guy. Yeah, hey, Al, I appreciate 2017. I always start with good things, and then we'll get to the bad. Appreciate 2017. Gonna need you to do a little bit better of a job. Thanks again, though. That's all.
If you need help, we're here for you.
Honestly, if I saw him in person, I would just tell him I could run fast. I feel like he'd give me like a 10-year contract.
There you go.
Just that simple. You know what I'm saying?
Just tell him your golf game's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your golf game's great. He'll probably sign you
translates perfectly to linebacker. The golf swing translates perfectly to linebacker.
Yeah, probably try to play quarterback a little bit. Like, you know what I mean?
That'd be fine. Quarterback factory. Good luck.
Understand, and we'll get into the picks and get the hell out of here.
Are we doing this? I know we do.
No, I'm not talking about how boring, like how nerdy the deep golf guys are. Like, I'm not going to get into that tonight. I'm not going to talk about how you can't clap and there's no emotion. I'm not. That's the story for another day. Like baseball, you can get yelled at while you're up trying to hit 98. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have guys heckling you, doing the hardest thing there is. It's scientifically proven. The hardest thing to do is hit a baseball/softball. Like, you ever tried to hit a softball pitcher? I tried in high school. Right. I swung the bat pretty well. Couldn't sniff it. So, Ariana, respect. Tori, respect.
Those rise balls suck.
Yeah, the rise, the sinkers. I'm like, how do you call pitches for fast pitch softball? Girls got 72 pitches. 72. And you're like,
it's usually just the first thing. Like, it's so stupid. It's literally the first one or the last one. That's all you have to worry about.
That's it.
So
That's it. But it's like the hardest thing to do. And you can heckle baseball players, softball players in the stands, whatever, but you can't talk when somebody's about to swing for a golf ball that's sitting still. I mean, I don't know. And then you got to wear and then to dress up to play a sport. Like, why do I have to dress up to play a sport? I want to be comfortable playing a sport. You
don't wear a uniform to play basketball or football or baseball?
Have you seen the uniforms in basketball? I mean, you feel delicious.
They dress up to do that. I mean, it's a uniform.
Grow up. You're talking about something comfortable compared to khakis. I mean,
$1,000 t-shirt.
Have a freaking feel. You're wearing a goddamn polo. I mean, have a feel.
That's what I wear every day. That's what I wear every day. Shorts and a polo.
I know. Okay? And I think you do better with something looser. That's all I'm saying. You could do better. I love you. Listen, I need to avoid the tuck in. I mean, I could do better without a tuck in. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to tuck in when I'm playing golf.
I don't want to, but
this is bullshit, Greg.
Greg, I don't have the class you have on the golf.
It happens. Someone's got to class up over here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Greg, I actually agree with Tom. I agree with Tom. Greg.
Listen, that's the semi-pro golfer per se. That's the golf junkie here, and if he agrees with me,
yeah, it's the sport literally that can't help but hurt itself. It's like, oh, you can't talk. Yes, I can. I'm doing it right now. Oh, you can't play music. Yes, I am. I'm doing it right now. Oh, you can't step there. I just did.
Ooh,
I don't disagree with all that.
you're a bad bitch.
I'm starting to love the game though. Like I love going out and playing now. You know what I mean, Ryan? And I never was there before. You know, I don't know. I feel like you hit a certain age and it's like golf's cool. No, it's never gonna be cool. I just like seeing my buddies. You don't get a lot of chance to see your buddies, and it's a good time.
You know what's cool? You know what's cool? Top Golf is cool.
Yeah,
Top
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Great time. Great time.
Come see me at Top Golf.
Did one in Vegas, which was phenomenal. That one was.
Dude, there's one by here now. There's one in Mount Laurel.
Yeah, but 295 and the Vegas Strip a little different.
You hate highways, like my God.
No,
What do you have against us?
just that location. Location's a big part of. We're talking about infinity pools earlier, and you're telling me I'll ride at a golf ball looking at 295 and hit one overlooking the Strip in Vegas.
No, Tori, listen, you'll be happy to hear this. Greg and I are going Saturday, so we'll probably end up going live in the group again in the
You're
dark.
going to Top Golf?
No, we're golfing.
No, we're going.
Oh, real? Oh, yes, I love it. I can't wait.
What's
I can't
that?
wait to shake you guys.
Ralph, you think I walk, bro? Come on, man.
Yeah,
like
come
cart
on,
path only feels like I'm walking.
Yeah, I'm not trying to carry him. I'm not trying to literally carry him. I'm not trying to do that.
Are you guys going to do it during daylight?
It's ideal, yeah, so I can see the golf ball this time. Yeah. 2:16, Tom.
2:15, 2:16.
Really?
Come on over. Come on.
Whoa.
You got an early week?
I got hold on. I don't hear anything about backwards hack. See, I gotta bend it. It's just like not fitted right. See, and then the reason
way better the other way.
the reason I wear a backwards hat is because the shadow just gets right over your face for some reason. Because
I look like a cornball.
I'm a dark cat. You can't even see me. You know what I mean? Can't even see me. No, we'll do our picks.
I'm a dark cat.
Ariana's it's bedtime. We appreciate her. See, you can't get it straight. We appreciate her coming on. She did a great job for her first time in here. Tremendous job. Her, Tori, myself, and I think we might have some more on the way too. And we're gonna be going every Tuesday, 8:30 to 9:30. We'll be live, so it'll be a lot of fun, and we're gonna talk a little bit about everything. And Tori thinks Tori's already got the name.
It's a
the opposite of ESPN. Now the guy's the host. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is weird. I gotta do like I gotta do my makeup. I gotta look like a prop. You know what I mean? I have a prompter, like a script. Maybe the opposite of the
a blonde wig.
So what? You early on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm 8 and 10.
Nice.
But I have to run over to Marlton to test the internet to be able to do the championship game on Sunday. Ariana's dad runs a tournament, and we were going to do the three of us were going to do the championship game for it. So, but that's the only thing. But I could still probably pull a 215 or off. We'll talk. We gotta get into our picks. We get into our picks. All right, we'll talk. I like the 216 or that. But then on the third, like though, I got my own cart. Then I'm all by myself. Ralph, you want to swing it? And where are we playing? Do I gotta I wear a polo, but I'm going like, you know.
Me and Goff don't. Me and Goff
You'll
don't.
be fine. Polo and baseball shorts or
it's
vest shorts.
it's not running deer. It's where I used to play in high school. It's literally if they try getting crazy with you, I'll be like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Well, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
We're in. Okay, let's get to some of the games.
Dynasty, you're dead on, man. Shorts and just a pullover because I'm just going to my car.
Yeah.
My car's warm.
Bobby, I can add Bill to a stream anytime he wants to come on and argue with me. I can add any one of you guys. Anyone in the family that's been here for a while. All right, well, you wear
Here we
freaking
go.
you wear stupid jackets.
Guys, come on.
We're
We're time here.
Yeah, we're trying to get
Peter
that's the only thing he has.
That's fighting words.
He's repetitive. With all due respect, love him. Repetitive. Eagles, Giants. Eagles minus 4.5. And everybody gave the score prediction. But the Eagles covered this to me. What about you guys?
Cover.
Yeah, cover.
I had to cover. I'm sorry. I was drinking my airborne.
Yeah.
Cover.
Same.
All right, let's go. Here's a good one. The 5-0 Pittsburgh Steelers travel to the 5-0 Tennessee Titans.
Ooh.
1 o'clock Sunday. Tennessee -1. I'm taking the Titans.
Derrick Henry is a bad man right now.
Yeah, bad man.
Yeah, I'm going.
You know,
Go ahead, Ralph.
I'm taking
no,
Steelers.
yeah, I was gonna go Titans, and the Pittsburgh just lost their best defensive player this year.
Yep.
That Bush to the ACL.
Bush, right? Devin Bush.
Yeah, yeah. So he tore his ACL. Yeah, last week. I'm gonna go, and you're absolutely right, Ryan. I mean, Derrick Henry's doing it all, man. It's insane, man.
You ever look up his high school stats? Do that when you're done the show.
Derrick Henry's.
Yeah, guys, everybody go check out his high school stats when you're done the show. Just enjoy yourself. That's all. Enjoy yourself.
But I'm gonna go Titans.
I'm gonna go Steelers, and for no other reason other than just to go opposite of everybody.
I pick Steelers too.
Dynasty, yeah, for the Eagles, it's 4.5. Yeah, probably can get it 4 some places.
There's not like a ton of great games on the docket. Here's another good one. Seahawks at.
What up, TTP?
What up, brother? TTP, I feel you get off work at the same time. Like, you just get off work. You know what I mean? Like, TTP's always in the house on Wednesday at the same time. I love it. It's like, I'm expecting you. So, this is a good game. Seahawks travel to Arizona to the 4-2 Cardinals divisional game. A lot of implications on the line. Seattle can run away with this division legitimate, like literally with a win on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then they sign AB. Oh my God.
I'm gonna
Can you
go.
not go
Give me Seattle. Give me Seattle for this one.
Yeah, same. I'm going Seattle.
I just don't think Arizona's going to be able to play like they did on Monday night. I mean, they played. I mean,
They were looking elite though.
Yeah.
But you know who didn't look good on Monday was Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray didn't look great. He, only had really 1 or 2 passes that he connected with. Looked off. I'd like to think at home they fixed that. Kyler Murray comes out. I'm going to go Cardinals.
Gotcha. Yeah.
What's the point on that, Tommy?
Hold on. Seattle. The Cardinals are a home dog. They're getting 3.5. I'm taking the Cardinals.
Definitely Cardinals.
Just to hang in. I mean, Seattle might win by a field goal, but just to hang in.
I'm gonna go Seattle.
Sweep says, put out the Sanka and the Edmonds. We're expecting TTP. I love that Sebastian Manafara. Like back in the day, people come over, like the door.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
The door, and you're like, oh, who's here? It's like, go get the coffee, get the donuts out. You bring out your special cake, and then
your mother buys the cake that nobody's allowed to eat unless guest comes over. Yeah, comes over.
And now I'm going like checking the ring on like who's at the door. You know what I mean? Like, diving under things. What? Okay. So, all right, what else we got here? So we went through that one. There's really not a ton of good ones. We'll go Buccaneers at Raiders. Bucks giving the Raiders 3.5.
I'm going Raiders here. I think there's going to be a sneaky upset here.
Give me Tampa. I'll take Tampa.
Yeah, give me Tampa. Give me Tampa and Gronk back on the same page. And that Gronk spike. We're back.
I go Raiders. We're
Me and Tom. Me and TB.
you and Tom Brady. Oh, okay.
Me and TB12.
Take another home dog. I'll take the Raiders in this game. We'll go to Monday nighter. Bears at Rams. The Rams are giving the Bears 6.
Bears at Rams.
Yeah.
Rams,
Yeah,
and more Rams.
I freaking hope the Rams because I'm so tired of hearing about Nick Foles.
Yeah, I think the Bears cover though. I think they cover the 6. So I'll take the Bears covering the 6. All right, guys. That was a great show. Look at that. We're gonna wrap on the 2-hour mark. Feels like money. So big one tomorrow night. hopefully we come out with a dub and try to get our season going a little bit in the right direction. And I don't know, maybe going a little bit like a semi-runish, like where you can win a couple in a row maybe. That would be great. But it all starts with Thursday night and tomorrow night. And we'll see if the defense comes to play, and we'll see.
Hopefully.
We'll see what Mr. Missionary Jim Schwartz has to say tomorrow night. So
this would be the stretch to do it in, right? You know what I mean, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
Going to run all 3 division games, 3 games you should win. We need it.
And another thing before we get out of here, me and Don, we finally get Big Ten football, baby. It's back this weekend. Michigan State opens up against Rutgers. I can't wait.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'm not a part of Big Ten. Appreciate it, Ralph.
Oh, yeah, Penn State. I forgot. I thought, more of a expanded. You expand it out.
I don't even know. I can't even hear this guy. I haven't heard him all night.
I love it. The Big Ten football is back, baby. Go green, go white. Let's go.
They finally grew up and decided, oh, wait, everybody else can play football?
Yeah, Bobby. I think the Birds of a Feather show tomorrow, I think they're doing some sort of live reactions. I'm 99% sure of that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Man, you can go back and listen. Everywhere you get your podcast, right here, on Facebook, on YouTube. It comes up everywhere after the show as well. So, listen.
Thanks for chiming in, though. I know you missed it, but thanks for tuning in, even late. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. We love you all. Help drive the show. Great one tonight, everybody, and go Birds tomorrow night. So we like to thank our doc, Make Him Yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. For Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo, Ralph Delvecchio, Tori, Steffi, Ariana, Frank Vespi, everybody out there joining us. Love y'all. Go Birds. Just got to find a way to win a football game tomorrow night. Giddy up.